So, what is prospecting? Well, technically, it means looking for somebody or something, right? So in Scentsy terms, prospecting can be that you're looking for a potential team member, a potential host, or a potential customer, right? So, how do we find those? What's your why? What's your reason behind joining Scentsy? What's your reason behind wanting to own your own business? Seriously, these are some important things to think about when writing out your why. One of the most important things is that during the low times of your business, when those negative Nancy's start to come out, you have that why to help push you forward and urge you on. You'll remember why you started this business in the first place, and it'll give you the strength to keep pushing forward. 2, make sure you share it on your PWS, because potential clients, hosts, customers, team members look for consultants and choose them many times based on their why, because they want someone they can relate to, someone they can connect with. So make sure you put that down in your PWS, because your prospective future clients or team members or hosts could be looking for you. All right, friends. So what is a list of 100? And you're probably saying to yourself, I don't know 100 people. Well, you'd actually be quite surprised. You probably even know more. So your list of 100 actually consists of your Frank list. And I don't mean the person Frank. I mean the acronym Frank. So Frank actually stands for friends, relations, acquaintances, neighbors, and kids. So when I say kids, I mean anyone that you may come into contact with when you're with your kids. So example, school, teachers, practices, or sports. Now that we have our list of 100, this is the list that you go to ask people to join, host, and buy. This list is constantly going to be updated because we're always meeting new people, right? So when you're asking people whether it's to join, host, or buy, make sure you put a note for yourself so that you know how to follow up with them. For example, you'll have a list of people that you want to follow up with on sales, a list of people that you want to follow up with in doing parties. When you do Booking Blitz, these are great to look through. And if you have people that maybe you asked to join and they said, I'll think about it, or let me know when you have another special. These are people that you want to put on your hot list. Now, hot list, I mean, whenever you close any type of party, whether a bulk party, an online party, you do know that you have a host kit, right? So if your potential host turns down that host kit, you have that kit to offer. So now you have that hot list to go through to ask who would like to take up the opportunity to grab that host kit. Let them know that you had a potential host that passed it up, and now you have the opportunity to offer it to them. Now it's okay if they pass it up another time. Just put a note on it to follow up with them again, because it may not be the right time, but it may be time for the next person on that list. Just make sure that you let your host know, or ask them actually, hey, is it okay if I offer your host kit to somebody else who is thinking about joining? Now, you've planted that seed. They know how much they can get that join kit for. 80% of the time, they'll jump on it and join. We have our list divided into different sections, like the Frank list, the hot list, the party list. You can elaborate on that, and you can make your dream list. Now, it doesn't have to be names in specific. It can be the types of people that you want to join your team. Like, for example, I want grandmas on my team. I want, let's say, nurses on my team, teachers, realtors, mamas on my team, families to join, college students, whatnot. If you have a specific person in mind that matches that, put their name down. You never know. People are always watching, and you never know who may need the opportunity. So my mom, yes, my mom was my first team member. So she probably started, I don't even know if it was a week after I did. But you guys, if you are scared to sponsor anybody, my mom was my first, and we had a blast learning together. We did events together, we did parties together, we did Zooms together, we did the meetings together, the sampling, the powwowing. It was like our mother-daughter time. So, I mean, you may not even have to look far to find your first team member. They may be sitting right under your nose. It could be your mom, your sister, your brother, your grandma, your cousins, your best friend. I mean, regardless of how long you've been in the business, whether you just started or you've been in several years, having someone that's close to you and experiencing all these fun things together, celebrate one another's accomplishments, you help encourage one another during the low times. It's like a built-in accountability partner. You have someone always there to encourage you in every aspect of your life, not only just Scentsy. So can you imagine having your mom or your best friend or your cousins or whatever during these fun events, celebrating side by side with you, or attending all these awesome incentive trips together? Okay, so truth time. How many of you have heard the excuse, I'm not a salesperson? How many of you have used the excuse, I'm not a salesperson? Guilty. Did you know that majority of the time you guys are selling things without even knowing it? It's true. How many of you take pictures of your food and post it on social media and tag the location? How many of you take a picture of your outfit for the day and people ask you, where'd you get that outfit, or where'd you get that hat? And you tell them where. You're actually giving free marketing to these companies and helping them sell their items. Not a salesperson, huh? And that right there is the concept of sharing, not selling. When you're sharing something, you're sharing it because you love it and it attracts people. And why does it attract people? Because people see how genuine it is. They see you. They can feel you. They can connect with you. And that's what attracts people to certain posts. And that's what you want to share when you're doing your Scentsy business. Share, not sell. This is the basis of attraction marketing. With attraction marketing, the purpose is to attract prospects, right? Prospects to join, host, and buy. So how do you do that? Well, you listen. You listen to the people around you and listen to their cues. Get to know them. And how do you get to know these people? How do you meet people, right? So, if you're on social media, join groups. Join hobby groups that you love, interest. I love crafting. I'm in a craft group. I love gardening. I'm in a gardening group. I love cooking. I'm in cooking groups. I'm in all these groups and I participate. I comment. I get to know these people. I build relationships. And in no way, shape, or form do I even start talking about Scentsy. So, how do I start that? Well, for starters, I brand myself. See my profile picture, it says Independent Scentsy Consultant. So how many of you are in groups where you're either interacting in a comment post or a comment thread or participating in a game or whatnot, and you're curious about the person who's participating in this, and you click on their profile picture just to find out more? Well, if you were to click on my profile page, you can see that my employment history actually lists myself as an independent Scentsy consultant with a link to my business website. So if anybody was interested or anybody says, oh, hey, I know that girl, she's a Scentsy consultant, they have in their mind, if someone says, hey, does anybody happen to know a Scentsy consultant? Guess what? You've built that connection with somebody, and just maybe that seed that you planted just by interacting and networking and getting to know people, will sprout and bloom, and they'll say, hey, I know somebody. And they remember you. Join groups that you're interested in, get to know people. You'll learn a lot of new things, but just getting to know people and making those connections and networking helps spread your business without being salesy. Same goes for if you're on Instagram, follow businesses, comment on their threads. They follow back. People will follow back, and people will remember you, and they will tag their friends on certain things, and you'll start getting online orders like crazy. I remember when I first started getting random online orders, and they were all just from groups or people, referrals that I have made connections with online simply by networking. Another way to network is to get out there and volunteer and help in your community. Get your face out there. Put a face to your name. Get out there and volunteer. Do charity work, whether it's running, a buddy drive and collecting buddies and going and contacting your local, hospital and asking if you can donate the buddies during the holidays. Put a face to a name. Get your name out there. You don't have to sell anything to anybody. Simply brand yourself. Wear your Scentsy shirt. Wear your Scentsy hat. That's all. You go out and you volunteer at food banks. When I do, I'm wearing a Scentsy shirt. Don't talk about business. Don't talk about Scentsy. Go out there and help. Majority of the time, people will come up to you and ask, what is Scentsy? That is when you make sure you have your opportunity packets and your samples in your car, because they will ask you. You get to know these people in the community. Whenever an event comes, hey, I know a consultant that can probably do that event. Guess who they call? That is how you share. That is how you share yourself. That is how you share your business. That is how you brand and market yourself. Whether inside here or physically here. People are attracted to that. People love that, and they share that, and they want to be a part of that. They want that connection. And that is how you put your name out there. You meet people, you get to know people, and your business thrives. It is sharing without selling. Every single time you're doing that, you're planting a seed. People want to be a part of that. People will remember you. They will remember Nina. Who is Nina? Oh, Nina is that Scentsy girl. Or, I need a fundraiser event to try to raise money for. Oh, I have a girl. I have a friend. She's a Scentsy person, and she can do fundraisers. That is how you put a face to your name, and that is how you get your business out there. It's not by being salesy. It's by sharing your authentic self. Be genuine. Get your face out there. Volunteer. Know your community. Know your people. Brand yourself here. Okay? And that is very important. Figure out your why. Know who you are and why you want this business, and share that. This business will thrive if you do what you love. How do you be unique? How does a customer choose you and continue to choose you over any other consultant? What is your wow factor? And how do you find that? It's those little things that help you prospect potential hosts, potential customers, and potential teammates. They want you. They want to connect with you. And that's what draws them in. You are selling yourself is basically what it is. What makes you so unique that these people will want to come join you, whether it's buying, selling, or doing a party? Find that. Yes. So now that we got all that covered, let's talk about some of the other more obvious things that we haven't touched on how we can attract potential prospects in, let's say, in a party, during an event, during, when you mail out newsletters to people that signed up, just your basic things that you can't really, all of a sudden they're there, bam. How do I approach these situations and get these potential prospects? So when I'm at an event, I have a packet that is usually a drawing slip, a product list, and a sample that's a wash your whiff, along with a scent of the month flyer. So on my little flyer or on my little drawing slip that you can purchase through the consultant store, or there's printouts for it, I put a sticker that says, once this is complete, please snap the picture and send to, and it has my phone number and my email address and my website for some happy mail. You'll be glad you did. Now, my prize for the drawing is always a scent of the month sample. Because I subscribe to the Scent of the Month kit, it's no real cost out of pocket. I just send them some happy mail, and 1, they get my newsletter. 2, I have their phone number in my phone when they send me back that information. On my Google Docs, or my digital slips and my drawing slips, it will specifically ask them whether or not they're interested in earning 3.5 off items, earning extra income, samples, more information on a product. So I know right then and there whether to provide them with more information, like an opportunity packet or a host packet, or whatnot. And if I'm following up with them, I always follow up with all my contacts. I always put a little note to remind me who that person was that I spoke to. Some kind of description, like lady with small poodle, lady with red.
Ladies, I want to see you back it up.
That is what I have for prospecting. I hope you had fun learning with me. I had a blast doing this video. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I hope you all learned something. Please remember, implement. All this information that we are teaching you will not do any good if you do not implement. They are all connected, so you can't do one without the other. Remember, prospecting. Don't forget to follow up with your prospects. Fortune is in the follow-up. Follow up with your potential host, follow up with your customers, follow up with your potential recruits, and everything will work out. Do not be afraid of a no. A no does not mean no. A no means not yet. I'll catch you on the flip side.